Mr. Transformers 96 here with another Transformers custom. So just finished this new Transformers Crosshairs Age of Extinction figure. I am getting back into doing customs. There was a while where I was doing a bunch of customs, and I've kind of stopped and just, did one every now and then. But recently I've kind of got that custom itch again, so I've been doing a bunch of customs. So here's my Crosshairs figure. Even just this morning, actually, at the time of filming this, I did complete another custom, which is a leader class, so I'm excited to show that one off. But here we have Crosshairs. This is a custom that I decided to do because I kind of went through some of my figures. I had some in-package figures still, and there was this Crosshairs figure that I bought from the last night. I actually found it at Ross for pretty cheap, and I just never opened it up because I always just thought it was a repaint, to be quite honest, of the Age of Extinction one, which is right here. Here's the Age of Extinction, and when I actually went into it, I realized that it's not just a repaint. It reuses a lot of the parts. However, it does actually have new parts. So I was kind of surprised by that, but decided that I wanted to do a custom because I just didn't need two because they look so similar to each other. So I was trying to decide which one to do a custom on, and I noticed that the green on the Age of Extinction one has a bit of a sparkle to it, which I thought was kind of neat, which the Last Night one did not have. So I figured the Last Night one would be the one that I do the custom on. So therefore, this Age of Extinction one I'll use for comparisons. However, it is slightly different sculpt-wise from the other one, and paint-wise it was slightly different as well. But for the most part, it was very similar as far as the paint's concerned. But let's get into this one. So just first of all, the differences between these two, if you didn't know, because the Last Night Crosshairs is actually a bit of a rare figure. It didn't get a big release or anything like that. The only time I ever saw it was at that Ross, so it's not a super well-known figure, I feel like. But as far as the figure, what the differences are between the two, first of all, they have a new system for the kind of skirt piece with the doors. This one had rubber pieces. This does have plastic ones, which is quite nice. And then the back section here, the car front end folds up into the backpack area, while this one, it does not. It does just kind of hang out to the back, which kind of gives it more of a skirt. However, it really shouldn't have that back piece. And then the last thing is... yeah, I believe it's the last thing, is that the weapons are different. This one comes with one kind of longer rifle, but still just a handgun, and this one comes with two smaller ones, which are more accurate. So overall, the Last Night one is actually more accurate. It's not a huge improvement, but it is an improvement, I'd say, nonetheless. So yes, let's get into what I did with it. So it was very similarly colored to this one, where it's just a bright green with black and a few silver details. It was pretty basic in its color design, which is unfortunate. So I went in and I kind of gave it a whole new paint job. The green, I was trying to decide on a green, and I had a metallic green, but I didn't think it was going to work at all. But I tried it out on a small piece just to see how it would look, and it turned out to look really nice, and that's the one that I ended up going with, because I definitely wanted a shine to it, and this metallic green I thought was quite nice. It is a little light. It has almost like a yellowish green type of tint to it, mainly green, but it has a little bit of a yellowish tint. But overall, I think that it actually turned out really nice. I was pretty happy with the color scheme. I definitely think it's more accurate than the original one. And then just, repainting it, I obviously gave it more details. So especially with the arms here, these didn't have any detailing, very similar to this, where it was just literally nothing. So I went in and outlined the intersection of it in black, then did the green on top of it, and then added some few small silver details. The torso here, I added some gold details throughout it, as well as red. Which the gold I actually really like. It kind of helps tie in things. With the face sculpt, I painted around the goggles and tried to give the goggles some more definition with some more silver and green mixed in, rather than just the green itself, because like this one, it was just kind of the goggles were green and that's it. So this one I added some green and silver to highlight some of the details on there. I painted the straps up top black, which I think look good, and I've added some gold details on this side of the cheeks, the little kind of medallion sections. I added a bit of gold, and then I put gold in at the pupils to make them pop a little bit. Don't know if that's coming through, but there is gold in the pupils there to kind of show where the actual eyes are looking, which I definitely like. And then because the gold is up here, I was able to tie it in with some sections down here. I like these little detail pieces that I painted gold, gold here, some gold right down there. And as far as the red goes, he does actually have a bit of red on him, and I did want to represent that. However, really the only part where you can see the red in the movie are these little sections right here, these two little things. But I thought it would be weird if it was just those two little red things, so I tried to tie it in a little bit more throughout the figure. So I did the couple sections up here red, and then down here I did these little sections red on the heels. So yeah, so that just helps tie the whole thing in together. With Crosshairs, you can just keep these folded if you want to. Like, you can totally kind of have your choice and just lay these down, which I do think looks good as well, just because it allows you to really be able to see the torso section, because it does get a little hidden with those panels extended out. And then the rest of the figure, I gave it that gold color scheme, and then added silver. Mainly, you know, silver and black to do the main highlights, and then just did some very small details with the red and gold. So that's basically how I repainted the figure. Overall, I think it turned out quite nice. I think that the green is really cool. It's got a really nice, bright, shiny green, which I think matches how he should look in the film, or how he does look in the film. It matches it in figure form a lot more here. And then the weapons, I just added some silver details too to make them pop a little bit, because they were just a standard black. So yeah, overall, it's a nice figure, actually, just overall, and I think that the improvements have really allowed it to pop and be more intricate, because before it was very basic in the fact that it's very similar to this one, where it's just a very plain green that's not metallic or shiny or anything like that. It was just a really standard green, and then has black and silver details, you know, in some sections. But yeah, overall, I think that the repaint actually suits the figure a lot better. And let's get a comparison with some of the other Age of Extinction Autobots. And here's Crosshairs with some of the other Age of Extinction Autobots. These are all customs, all custom painted. And yeah, overall I think that he looks great with this team. As far as Bumblebee, because he's obviously the last member for this group, I do have a Bumblebee figure to paint, but I'm having a terrible trouble finding a yellow that I like. So I'm not quite sure. I do plan to do that as a custom, however, it's not one that's the top of my priority, but I do want to get it done just so I can add it to this and have a really nice team. But as you can see here, the one on the right, which is Hound, that's going to be the next custom that I'm showcasing. I just finished that one. As far as Optimus and Drift, they're customs that I did a couple years ago, so if you want to see them in detail, I do have videos for them as well. But overall, I think Crosshairs, if I said Crossroads anywhere else in this video, I apologize. Crosshairs, I think, is a really nice addition to this collection, and I think that his colors do definitely pop among these 4 Autobots. So let me know what you guys think of this Crosshairs custom, and thanks so much for watching.